welcome back to Creative Tuesdays with Liz. I am very excited to be here again this week after missing a week with you guys, and so I hope you are ready to kind of just dig in and ready to get started creating today. And I really hope that this is something that you look forward to this time and that you just enjoy creating. I hope that you don't get stressed out, you don't worry about what the end product is going to look like or anything. I really want you just to enjoy the process and have a good time creating. So today we will be creating a lantern. You will need a glass jar. You will need some colored pieces of tissue paper, different colored tissue paper. You will need some Modge Podge or liquid glue, and you'll need a paintbrush to apply your glue or Modge Podge. Then afterwards, I will show you two different variations of decorations that you can use kind of to enhance your lantern, so to say. So I'll show you two different ways you can do that. But the first thing that you're going to need to do is just start tearing pieces of your tissue paper. So I want you just to tear pieces of it off. You'll need a variety of different colors and different sizes and shapes of your tissue paper pieces. So just tear until you get all your pieces done and everything. You'll get just, or if there's only certain colors that you like, let's say you only want to do a certain color scheme and you want to do a teal, an orange, and a blue. If you only wanted your lantern to have these three colors, then that's fine. You just use just the colors that you want to use. There are no right or wrong rules to make this lantern. It is just what makes you happy while you're creating it, and the colors that you like and everything. I will also say that whenever you do get finished with it and you get ready to light it up, you're going to want to make sure that you have a battery operated tea light or some battery operated string lights, and then that way you don't have to have a candle flame that you're trying to light and put in there that can just get a little bit dangerous and everything. So I do recommend battery operated lights for you to light up your lantern instead of a real flame or candle. But so yeah, tear your different pieces of your different colors, and like I said, a good variety there. I would love to see your lanterns when you finish, when you make them. Please do take a picture of your lantern and post it on social media and tag us, the Lancaster County Council of the Arts, in it. And I would love to see just the community and everything of us being together and created, and the things that different ways that everybody's is going to look. So even if we're all creating the same thing, they're all going to look different. Somebody might have used a glass pickle jar, somebody else might have used a pasta sauce jar, or even somebody else could have used a jelly jar. There's all going to be different kinds of sizes and shapes of glass jars that you use. There's going to be different color patterns. There's going to be different decorations. And I really would just love to see the different ways that everybody creates their lantern. Or any other of the past art projects that you've done with Creative Tuesdays. Still, go ahead, take a picture of those and post those on social media as well and tag us in it. So we would look forward to seeing your artwork creations no matter how long ago you created them. So that's always a good thing to share. I look forward to seeing those. So you are going to take your glass jar, and I've got some already filled in for you. And like I said, you can use Modge Podge or liquid glue. The difference between using the two is that if you use Modge Podge, your jar is going to kind of have more of a shiny finish to it. So it's going to look a little more glossy and shiny. Whereas if you use the liquid glue, it's going to dry to have kind of more of a matte finish. look to it. But either way is going to work. Either way will be great. It's whatever materials you have and whatever preference you have. So you'll just go ahead and dip your brush in your Modge Podge or glue, and you're just going to kind of spread out a layer of it on your jar there. We'll just kind of spread out some on there. And then you will get your pieces of colored tissue paper. You will just stick them on there. And then you're going to dip your brush again and just kind of paint a little layer on top of it. You can overlap your colors and, blend colors together. You'll be able to see what happens when you mix like a blue and a yellow. If you put a yellow piece of paper overlapping on a blue piece where they overlap, it'll make green. So that's just a neat little thing to see too. And then if you use a red and a yellow, if those two overlap, you'll come out with an orange. So it's also neat to see how different colors mix and make and everything. But I want you to make sure that you just cover your jar from the bottom all the way to the top, all the way around your whole jar. Just make sure you fill it up really good with all your tissue paper and your Modge Podge. Paint you a little layer on top of it all. And then just keep going and adding. And if you need to stop the video, pause it at any point in time to finish a certain step, like maybe the video's gone on a little ahead of where you are and you need to pause it until you finish that certain step and then come back and press play again, you are more than welcome to do that anytime, even if it's just to get a drink of water or go use the bathroom or anything like that. Just pause it and come back to it whenever you're ready. Yeah, so you'll paint your layer of your Modge Podge onto the jar. Then you'll add your tissue paper, and then you'll paint a layer on top of that. And this just painting a layer on top just kind of helps the pieces from peeling off or anything like that. It just kind of keeps it all together better. So yeah, so like I said, I want you to fill up your jar with your tissue paper from the bottom to the top and all the way around on all the sides of it. So yeah, just spread that out really good. And it really doesn't take that long to dry. So it's not like you're going to have to wait a whole day or 24 hours for your lantern to dry. So it dries rather quickly. It will not take that long. So yeah, just keep on going till you get your whole jar covered up. And adding your Modge Podge on top of your colors. Just getting it really good and covered in. And then you'll see it's kind of starting to come together really well. And these look so pretty. Like let's say even if you're going to sleep and you might want to have just a little bit of light, but nothing as bright as like a night light. So you'll just turn your little battery operated lights on, and you can just look at all the colors lit up on here, and it'll just be so peaceful and relaxing. It'll help you just drift off to sleep, hopefully. Or if you just want to, if you're going to eat your meal with your family and you get ready to sit down at the table, ask, you're a grown-up in your house, your mom or grandma or anybody, say, hey, can I set my lantern on the table to kind of decorate as we eat? And so then you can talk about your project. So that's just adds a little good conversation with your family or whoever you're talking to, and kind of you can share what you do and art, and that might kind of spark somebody else to want to create too. But yeah, so please do just fill up your whole jar. Get it all filled in. And then make sure you get your layer of Modge Podge or glue on top of your pieces as well. After you get those glued down good. So, and then I want to make sure that I go ahead and show you the two different variations of decorations you can add to your jar when it's finished and finished drying and everything. So you could get a permanent marker or some black paint. You can paint you something on your jar. You could write your favorite quote or verse on it. And then you can just add, so that's one way you can kind of decorate it and kind of make it look a little bit more customized to your likes and everything. So you can do that. Or you can make a tissue paper star to glue on the front of your lantern. And I know this is rather a larger star for this particular jar. To make your star, you will need 8 squares of tissue paper cut. So, and this particular star here was made with 3-inch tissue paper squares. These are 2.5-inch squares or 2-inch squares, pieces of paper. So just the size of your star will depend on what size squares you use to fold and make your star. I'm going to walk you through folding it first on just a piece of construction paper, so hopefully that you will be able just to see it really clearly and a little bit better on a bigger piece, and then we'll fold some smaller pieces. So you're going to start with your square, and like I said, you'll need a measure and use scissors to cut this, so it will need to be a square. You're going to fold your paper in half and rub it along the fold to kind of give it a good crease, and then you'll fold that in half again and rub that side as well to give it a good crease. Then you're going to open it back up, and you will kind of have like a four square grid here. So after you open it back up and you can see the creases that are making a little 4 square grid, you're going to take each corner and fold it down to the middle point, the very point in the middle. So each of these crease lines are going to kind of work like a guide to help us. So then you'll fold that down, rub that good to make a good crease. And you're going to do each of the 4 corners that way. So fold all of them in to meet at that middle point. Alright, so now you'll have something kind of like this. Okay, I want you to turn it in front of you where it's a diamond shape, not the square, but turn it where it's the diamond. And now we're going to use this line, we're going to line it up with the middle crease line here. We're going to do the bottom 2 edge lines that way. So you'll take that edge and you will line it up with the middle crease line, lining up there, and then the other edge the same way. We're going to line this up with this up, right there. All right. So you will have 8 of these. You'll fold all 8 of your tissue paper square pieces that you cut. And they don't have to be the same color. Like these were all done on the same color. You can use different colored pieces of tissue paper for each square if you want to. But I hope that you were able to see that clearly to walk you through the folding. But yes, so again, you'll fold all 8 of your tissue paper squares. We'll walk through it again together. We'll fold it in half and make sure we crease it really good. Fold it in half again and crease that really good. So we'll have this, and then we'll open it up. Now all 4 of the corners we're going to fold into the middle point. Fold all of those in. Alright, then you'll have it upright so it looks like a diamond, and you are going to line up, fold and line up this edge with the middle crease line. And it'll look something like this. Then we're going to fold and line up this edge with the middle crease line. So you will have all 8 of your pieces folded. So when you have all 8 of them folded and done, we are going to glue them together to create a star. And the front, the top of your star, the front that you'll see, what we're going to make see, is the side that you don't see any of the folded pieces on. So this is going to be the front, not this side that where you see the folded pieces, okay? So you're going to lay your pieces, kind of lay them all out. And the long tips are going to go on the outside. They're going to all meet on the middle point of the smaller end, okay? And you'll need your Modge Podge, your liquid glue you can paint on, or anything just to kind of hold this in place really well. So you're going to take, and again, these crease lines are going to kind of guide you to how you need to do this. So you'll paint you a little bit of glue on that end, and you're going to take your next piece. You're going to take this edge and this point and line it up on top of this one where the points meet, and you're going to line that edge up on that little crease line right there, okay? Then we'll do it to this side. You're going to add you a little bit of glue right down here below the crease line and below the little point. You'll take your next piece. You're going to line the point up with the middle point here and the edge up with that middle crease line that you painted your glue to. So there. And we'll keep doing it until we get all of them done. So keep adding your glue and lining up each little point of your star. So again, you'll put glue just from the crease line on the bottom part of the crease line. You'll get your next point. You'll use the small end point and edge and line it up with the other one that you've got. Alright, and then you will have your star that you can put on. When you get to the last one, it's going to kind of be like this. So you are going to, the last star that you put on, just paint your glue on the half of it, that little spot that you've been putting your glue. And you're going to lay part of your very last piece. It's going to go on top of this one and under the other one. So it'll be overlapped like that. And there's your star. And then you can take where the side that went under it, you can put a little bit of glue on that side, so that the top piece will stay on it and you have your star. And you'll be able to glue your star onto your lantern. And again, they just look really, really good. I really would love to see pictures of these projects. Next week, we will come together and create a reverse drawing. So you are going to need at least 2 pieces of plain paper. more if you have more, but you will need at least 2 to make your project. You will need oil pastels or crayons and a pencil. So I look forward to next week as we create our reverse drawing, and I'll see you then. Thanks.